Hello. Over here river walking. Heck yeah. So beautiful right here. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm such a fruitcake of beautiful, dude. I think everything's beautiful. Especially people that are messed up like me. Those are my favorite type of people. Finally got some new headphones. That's pretty cool. The other ones, over at the shelter, they got the bed bugs. And I got hit for a couple days until I came and killed them all. Just part of the story, man. Part of the journey. Getting back up on the come up. And I'm really grateful to be there. It's called City of Refuge. And that place is dope because I forget which scripture it is. I don't know if it's in First Chronicles or Second Chronicles. But they talked about, the City of Refuge is like a place where all the manslayers went. For refuge. And I'm so grateful to be here, man. It's been a rough road just getting started out here, but everything's working out good. The road to recovery, it grows deep, dude. My favorite scripture is it's in Jeremiah. I think it's don't put your trust in man. I think it's 17, Jeremiah 17. Don't put your trust in man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. You'll be like a tree planted by the river, whose roots grow deep into the stream. They will not be afraid of a year of drought, and they will always bear fruit. But I actually wanted to talk about 2 Timothy. Just kicking underneath this willow here. A little sunshine through the trees. I want to talk about 2 Timothy. We are not given a spirit of fear, but that of love and of a sound mind. And how important that is for you, to give you the most encouragement on that. Like if I ever speak of Jesus, or I ever speak of God, or ever speak of this truth, it always goes back to that, because that's the everlasting hope that we have, is the sound mind, the power of love, and no spirit of fear. And one thing that I know for a fact that has really interrupted people and made them very, very, very afraid is all these medications that they're really pressing. I mean, it's everywhere. It's on the news. They're trying to promote it with these new doctor shows like Dr. Oz. I do not own the copyright to this, but all these shows, they're talking about all these medications coming out. They're on every commercial. I remember when I was a kid, they wouldn't pump out the side effects because they didn't know. And now they're required to pump out the side effects. And I got a guy that I work with right now, and he's a great guy, but he was on the Adderall, and then they took him off of it to something that it was not abusive, but he eats it like candy, so it is abusable. And it's really hard that when you get on these medications, when I was a kid, we used to really talk about that, because we used to put like stickers on our TV, like the TV rots your brain and stuff like that. And because it does, man. But these medications, dude, they are really a cause for some catastrophe out here. And it's all the workings of the devil, you know what I mean, and Satan, and what he wants to do out here to control your mind. Because that's all it is, mind control, you know what I mean. We got to free our minds by the purification of our hearts through sanctification. And it's a war, it's a battle, but eventually, once you feel that power of love, you become united with the soundness of mind. And that's a war where, like Tozer said, the battle's always won before it's fought. And you got to stay up on these things, because there's all kinds of algorithms and things like that, but those medications, they put you in this algorithm that is total mind control, and it's degradation. It's really degradation. And I'm not trying to shame anybody by saying that, because if you are on those medications, I would never ever tell anybody to stop taking them, especially if you've been on them for a long time. But I just wanted to tell a little bit of a story. So I had a lot of problems with drugs when I was a kid, and I was really young, Big Pharma pumped out the Oxycontin probably when I was like 14, dude, That's when it was really coming out. I was snorting Oxycontin when I was like 14, dude. And you know, the Panda Bears, you know, all the Roxys, you know what I mean? The fentanyl now is pressed like Roxy, and I think that's like the devil just laughing, you know, at us, because that was like the number one pill that caused a lot of problems in people's lives, and those Roxy 30s, but there was all these other medications coming out too. Well, they threw me in rehab, and it was a condition of being in rehab that one, you were going to get on Medicaid. So that was a huge scam. It's always been a scam. It came out in the 1960s with all this Medicaid insurance, and just around the same time with the SIN numbers and all that. SIIN. It's literally called SIN, dude. SIN numbers. Check it out, man. It's real shit. And these are things that need to be talked about, because when our Social Security cards came out and all that stuff, they also came up with this Medicaid program like right after that. And, it was for the good. It's Franklin D. Roosevelt, you know what I mean? And, but these are all 33rd degree, all these people are 33rd degree, man. I don't know if you know about that stuff, bro, but it's bad news, dude. It's the Freemasons. But, with the medication, it's total mind control. And the thing is that, without God in your life, without that light shining in your life, there's going to be desperation. There's going to be, this kind of like this alternating current of what you lack. And that's the thing, is that if the devil can tell you, oh, it's a quick fix, you're taking a pill, and they get all these incentives, all these doctors get all these incentives, you know what I mean? They make money off of this stuff, bro. They are playing you like a fool. And I'm not saying that not everybody doesn't need to take medication, but there are people that got like depression, anxiety, they're filled up with all kinds of fear and doubt. They have social anxiety, and it gives them problems to be able to work. And it's all meditation and reflection on this truth, man. That's what's really going to tie the binds that hold you back, bro. Because if you get out there and you spend 1 year, just 1 year of this walk, of really trying to seek and search and try to be found in Jesus, in God, in this truth, in this holy river, man, calm. It's calm with the breeze. You know what I mean? Once that storm kicks up, the water kicks up. You know what I'm saying? The river kicks up. Once the storm dies down, the river gets calm. And that's how we are as a people. If you looked up, Dr. Emoto, you'll see that, he's got that water test. And he talks about the frequency of us with water. And we are a frequency. We are a frequency. Prayer is a frequency. Love is a frequency. You know what I mean? All of those things are frequencies, man, and we need to get up on that frequency, dude. We got to get up on them hertz, man. I think it's 660. There's 660 hertz, dude, because, I think it's actually less than that. It's like, because XXXTentacion, he had figured out with the frequency how to plague people's minds through the frequency. And, it's kind of sick, dude, but that's how people are now, you know what I mean? Because the devil knows it too. He's been knowing it forever. And he's behind it all, dude. Just kind of playing all the strings, plucking all them notes, you know what I mean? Because he was created to be the master musician. And that frequency is his way of being able to do it. And all the medications, it's a frequency, man. I mean, you put that stuff in you, and next thing you know, you're hoping that it works. Sometimes it don't work. You forget to take it, and then you think that it doesn't work. There's so many different things, man. The side effects to God are the power of love and a sound mind. That's the side effects. You want to know the side effects of living with God without having the spirit of fear? Period. It is going to be guaranteed. It is going to be soundness of mind. And once you obtain it, there's no going back. Like you're not gonna want to go back and do any of that stuff. But I stayed away from the medication for years. And there's people that they want to. They think I need medication, man. They think I need They think I need all this stuff, and they'll rise you up, get you to react, and then tell you need medication, man. What? You just gotta leave those situations, man. Find this peace, man. Right here. God bless you.